our second episode, and my name is Lipika.
I'm Shaylee.
I'm Kripa.
Elena.
I'm Shrimai.
And I'm Sanjana. And today we're actually going to be talking about environmental issues today and their impacts on like military conflict and stuff.
Yeah. You want to go start off with?
Sure. So I guess I could talk about like water pollution and its impact. And a lot of like third world and underserved communities, like they don't have really access to clean water. We just got off a call with a charity that's based in Uganda, and they just shared a lot of like impactful images that relates to how far children have to go to get water, and even when they like travel a couple miles a day, they're like not given access to the clean water that we're fortunate to have, like where we live.
Right.
And to combat that and kind of spread awareness, we had a service spectacular event that we actually hosted a couple of weeks ago, and we had two stations called the Water Walk, and we had like saltwater shots, like water with sugar and salt that kind of depicted like what's in those like third world countries. And then we also had like relay races where they had to do like different fitness activities while they're carrying like tubs of like 10 to 15 plastic water bottles, which also shows like how hard the trip is like to and from getting the water. And obviously it's a lot simpler in that relay race, but it kind of puts into perspective.
Right, and just in case if you're wondering, the charity name is called One Juma Charity. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but that's what we'll go with. But those pictures like are literally so impactful because like looking at that, like it makes me feel so grateful and so blessed to have like just drinking water in general, that like, you know, and they can't even access that. And those like pictures are so impactful, and you know.
And we'll put them up here.
Yeah. We'll put them up there. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Do you guys want to talk about anything else like that?
I can talk about deforestation. So deforestation is basically just like mass like killing of trees, and like in the forest, like all these trees are really important to like keeping our air healthy and fresh for us. And they also like in forests there's a lot of like different ecosystems and like diverse species and animals and wildlife. So when you kill like all these forests down, you're eliminating habitats for all these animals, for like these species, and that just makes like wildlife and everything just worse in general for us like today.
And I think when we did like our trash pickup too, we were like cleaning up the areas around those trees to help ensure.
Right.
Also because, and then deforestation also, when they burn down all the trees, it leads to a lot of air pollution. So that also increases like global warming and just makes our like community less healthy.
Right, and pollution in general was so bad, and like the activity that we did with like trash pickup, we kind of did our best to in our local community to alleviate that. But like pollution is just like an ongoing topic, and you know, maybe for an example, in India, pollution is insane. If you want to add on.
I know it's so bad in some countries where they have to like wear masks outside because like just going outside causes like it's like lung cancer.
Or like exhaust. Like
exactly. Because there's so much traffic and so many.
I know people wear it on like public transportation.
Exactly, and it's like it's crazy because now that like you think like now we're wearing masks for like COVID and stuff, but like there it's like so normalized. Like you have to wear like masks to just like go out for like daily walks or whatever. Like especially in Delhi, Chennai, like
smaller cities. Yeah.
Right. Do you guys want to talk about anything else like current right now that's going on?
Oh yeah. So speaking of like air pollution and like global warming. One thing that we wanted to talk about was the Willow Project, which was actually like recently approved.
I haven't heard much about that. Can you tell me what it is about?
Okay, so the Willow Project is basically the American government is going to set up like 3 oil mines in Alaska.
Right.
In Alaska, and it's like great for economy and capitalism and everything, but like one of the major impacts that this is going to have is it's going to release so much like CO2 into the air. I think almost like 260 million tons.
Oh my god.
That's like a third of the country's like overall CO2 output in like from 3 mines in Alaska.
Right. And like in TikTok too, like in TikTok it's kind of like, it's kind of, what is it? It's like they make kind of fun of it and stuff, and they like oversensitize a thing, or like romanticize or whatever.
Yeah.
But like it's genuinely such a big problem.
It's such a real problem.
Right.
Like that's literally like one of the biggest contributors to global warming.
Right. And they just only focus on the small part of like, yes, the polar, like for example, they get to that pathos or whatever, but like yes, the polar bears are affected, and there's so many TikToks about that, but like the polar bears, there's so much affected to just that project, and now that's like been approved as is insane to think about.
Yeah. It's like low-key, like, dystopian.
Good commentary. Do you want to say anything? If you guys want to have anything like,
I don't think so. Really? No.
Like, can we like pause this? Like,
yeah, no, we can edit this. We can edit
no,
this
I don't know
out.
what to say. I feel like, what is? I don't know about global warming. I don't know.
Just
What
be like-
I mean, I know it's like that.
Just be like, I feel
We
like
can
we've
talk
seen.
about what we're gonna do. We can what we're gonna do in the future. Be like, yeah, global warming is still like a major conflict issue
Oh, you
today.
can talk about
and-
how we're going to the Earth X conference and how we're gonna talk about
We're
that.
gonna talk about later next.
Well, that's for
Well,
tomorrow.
wait, yeah, that's for like later.
So should I say that we're gonna talk about?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about like environmental issues. like
Environmental,
global
yeah.
warming.
Should I talk about global warming though?
You can just
Okay,
talk.
you
We
can
already
talked about it
But
later.
like, just say like global warming is like a really big issue and it's still going
Yeah.
on, and then just like talk about.
You can
And I can say something. Yeah, you can. I can add on to yours and like add.
turn the lights off.
Okay, what are these things we can do? To fix global warming?
Okay, I don't know if like turning your faucet off is
Just
really
say just say like recycling, reusing, and then like using greener.
like renewable energy.
Yeah.
I'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
So something that's also really important is global warming is still very prevalent today. And so something that we can do to kind of prevent this is reusing energy, using renewable forms of energy and cleaner forms of energy. And so we're also going to be talking about this next week at the Earth X conference.
Yes. And I was curious about what you guys think about like the whole like Tesla thing and every, you know, like whatever, every like, Asian person owning a Tesla. But like now that like kind of Teslas are coming in, there's gonna be less production of like, you know, carbon monoxide and like stuff like that because there's like hybrid and like electric. What do you guys think about that? Like,
I think
now?
that honestly it might be solving the issue like to like our faces, but there's
Yeah.
still the issue of how we're getting that electricity.
Yeah.
Right.
And like you still have to like use oil and fuel to get to transform that energy into like electrical energy.
Right. And like
It's
yes.
definitely a step forward though. Like,
Yeah.
And right, and like getting that, like not having carbon monoxide finally getting there wasn't learned, having that big hole, but you know, like, it's fine.
Because it's not like directly into our communities. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
like you don't see a car like kind of like putting like fumes
Put
in
it
your
right.
face.
Yeah,
But they're also making like different cars, like not just Teslas that are like
Right.
hybrids or
Yeah.
just electrical. So it's like it is a step forward, like you said, but I think it needs to.
It's gonna take a lot of time.
It's gonna take,
for,
right.
like,
Because
everyone
not
to have a
everyone's
Tesla.
not everyone's gonna switch to an electric car.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
You know, I really wish we had more public transportation here.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Because
Like
there's so many
Washington,
places.
DC.
Yes.
especially in like Europe, they have
Yeah.
trains, they have everywhere.
Have you seen like Japan's trains?
Japan's like the Metropolis.
Yeah, they're really cool.
Because like every like place that they have a station for like, you know, going to the what is it? What is it? Metro.
I've seen videos
The
of
bullet
Mexico.
train. The bullet train.
Bullet
Yeah,
train,
that's
yeah.
what it's called. Bullet
If
train.
we had that kind of transportation here, I would feel
go on that all the time.
right.
I
It
feel
would
like
cut
it'd be
down
so
on
fun.
traffic. It would
Yeah.
cut down on like air pollution.
And that's like also aesthetic. I would like motivate to do my like work.
Yeah.
Because like you'll see people doing their work in the
Yeah.
bullet train and stuff
Yeah.
like that too, right?
It's hard like having all this public transportation in the suburban area
Right.
though.
Yeah.
So if you go like more in the city, like downtown
Yeah.
areas, there are public transportation, but I feel like there could
Like
definitely
where we are, there's like
Yeah.
dark
more
buses.
buses.
Yeah, 'cause there is, like,
yeah.
The dark trains, but there's like very limited.
Right, but the
Yeah.
majority of the population is like not downtown. They're like
Yeah.
kind of uptown and like in
Like
like
you have to drive to the dark station.
right,
exactly.
right, and like downtown's like 30 minutes. Who's gonna drive 30
Yeah.
minutes to like go on a train?
And then you have to drive to it, then there's like no
There's
point.
no-
Right, there's no efficiency
Yeah.
in anything. I think we need to work a lot on like efficiency and how we can bring that to our like especially US because I know there are a lot of countries that are working and like especially in the Korea and stuff like that too. They're like doing like you know they're so strict on like their recycling laws and they like cardboard,
Right, they have,
plastic.
like,
on the street, yeah.
Right, they have.
Here you just kind of chuck everything into the recycling
Like
bin.
I don't think twice about that. And like in school, you will have like your recycling bins and stuff. I'll just throw it. Like I
Yeah.
don't really
You
think
see,
twice.
ours like our trash and recycling end up going in the same.
No,
like,
literally, like
box.
no one like acknowledges the fact. I'll just throw it in the trash. It's like throwing in the trash kind of concept. But like they're so like efficient, like cardboard, plastic, and stuff. It's, like, it's actually really nice. We should do that. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Please.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Smash that like button.
Yeah.